Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Plural Bets, and on this channel, I like to do hip-hop album reviews. I take an album, I listen to each song, give a brief breakdown of each one, and then rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Just a reminder that music is subjective, and just because I like something does not mean you're obligated to like something, so I suggest that you listen to the album yourself and come to your own conclusion. In this episode, I have DDG's Blame the Chat. Full transparency, I don't know much about DDG, besides the fact that he's a streamer that is most notably known for his time in Streamer University. Right around this time is when he dropped this album back in May of 2025. This really is my introduction to DDG and his music, so I'm kind of excited to see what he has to offer in the musical space. So without further ado, here's the review. Track 1, Fine Shit. This is featuring Bia. They go back and forth every couple of bars. DDG got the better of the song, in my opinion. He's got a better flow, better bars, just overall better. I could be misinterpreting Bia's hook, but it kind of sounds like she's taking shots at DDG in this. I'm giving this a soft 5 with DDG carrying the track. Track 2, Speed. This has Ty Dolla and Rich the Kid. Ty is on the hook, and that's pretty dope. The pitch that he hits when he's saying the word speed I just loved it. Definitely my favorite part of the song. Rich the Kid takes the first verse, which I'm not really feeling. I do gotta say that his last 2 bars in his verse are my favorite. Not because of anything that he said, but his cadence was fire in this. DDG takes the second verse, and his cadence is actually pretty smooth. In my opinion, he's got the better of the 2 verses on the song for sure. With DDG carrying another track, I'm giving this a soft 7. Track 3, Motion. It starts off with a funny little clip of a news anchor who's talking about how DDG is selling his motion through an IPO. I got a kick out of it. This is featuring the Baby. The hook that DDG does on this is decent, but it was only average. I do gotta say that he did hold his own. I'm not sure who has the best verse. The line about spending $10,000 on nannies is crazy work. Baby also snapped on his verse. The "wanna rap besides me, what's the budget" line can be considered another shot at DDG. Am I reaching? Let me know in the comments. I'm giving this song a soft 7. Track 4, GTA. This has to be the best beat of the album up to this point. What DDG says in his hook is okay, but the cadence takes away from it heavily. Overall, it was decent though. Skilla Baby is on the first verse, which is up and down. He starts off strong, then takes a little bit of a lyrical dip in the middle, and then brings it back up towards the end of the verse. I do have to say that he has the better verse of the song. I wasn't really feeling DDG's verse. I have to say it's only average, but I'm not really even feeling that. I'm giving this a soft 5 purely on Skilla Baby's verse. Track 5, Pump 4. This song is actually pretty smooth, and the hook is low-key fire. He addresses some allegations of people in his city saying that they go way back, and he's dispelling these. This song has a very different flow from the rest that I've heard up to this point on the album, but I thought it was good. Very strong solo song. I'm giving this a hard 6. Track 6, Man on a Mission, featuring Kyle Rich and NLE Choppa. Kyle is on the hook, and I think this is whack. I wasn't really feeling it at all. I don't know if it's because the verses that DDG and NLE don't match up contextually with the hook. I just feel like the whole song is just off. Doesn't really make any sense. This is the first skip on the album. I'm giving it a soft 2. Track 7, Do What You Want. The way that he rides the beat on the hook is super smooth. I loved it. In his first verse, the best way that I can describe it is he's using the Migos flow and biting off that. Offset is featured on the song, so it does kind of make sense. And Offset actually does notice this and mentions it on the song, which technically can be considered another subliminal shot. They both did their thing on this. Overall, though, I'm giving this a hard 7. Track 8, More Than a Night. This has plenty of features. I'm not really going to name them all because I'm not really sure who they are. Whoever the female vocalist is for the hook, I love that. Probably the best part of the song, in my opinion. DDG's verse was kind of lame. The best part of his verse was when he was talking about cutting off his dreads. Rob 49, which is the Jamaican man in the song, I assume, takes the second verse, and it's probably the worst verse on the song. And then the second female vocal who takes the third verse wasn't really that good at all. So without DDG's verse and the hook, from the first female vocalist, the song isn't really all that good. I'm still going to give it a hard 5 though. Track 9, What I Prefer. This song has a dope concept. It's about how he prefers his women, basically. How he prefers them to act in certain social situations and things like that. We get a glimpse of who DDG is as a person, even if it's only one singular specific topic, which is what you want to see with up and coming artists. You want to be able to relate to them. I definitely like the song, super dope. I'm giving this a hard 8. Track 10, In My Zone. There isn't much that I like about this song, if I'm being honest. The beat is probably the worst that I've heard on the album up to this point. His cadence for this is on the mellow side, but I do believe that he could have been more clever in his writing. Another skip for me, a hard 2. Track 11, Pimpin'. I'm not 100% sure who he's talking about in this, because like I said before, I'm not too familiar with who DDG is. If someone can enlighten me on who he's talking about in this, I would be much appreciated. The hook is dope, probably the best part of the song. And he's low-key snapping in his first verse, doing some major exposing it. His second verse, the best way that I can describe it is he's doing his best Dirk impression. I'm not knocking him for it, because he does pull it off. So I'm going to give this a hard 8. Track 12, Lemonade. This is featuring Wiz Khalifa. DDG takes the hook, and I think that's pretty whack. Was he doing this on purpose, or was he really just too high to think of something? That's the real question here. The cadence that he uses in his first verse is not for me. While I do see the benefits from it, and people do like this cadence, it's just not for me personally. Wiz snapped in his verse. Got the best verse in the song for sure, but I will say that he did fall off with the last couple of bars that he had in his verse. Overall, though, like I said, I didn't really like the song much, so I got to give this a soft 4. Track 13, Bankroll. The hook on this is just average, only okay. I like his first verse, pretty dope. He says a line about how he would prefer you to hate him. Drive his engagement up, guy. His second verse was decent as well. He makes it clear that even though he might not like certain individuals, he still does have love for them and cares about them very much. Another glimpse at who DDG is as a person. Overall, though, I'm only giving this a hard 5. Track 14, Pink Dreads. This has a feature from Plackboy Max on it. DDG on the hook was okay. It wasn't bad, but his first verse was completely whack. I didn't like it. I didn't really like Plackboy Max's verse either, but he did start taking off towards the end. I'm going to give this a hard 4. Track 15, No Help. His hook is okay, and the song overall is decent. My one critique is my assumption from how streamers make their money is off of donations from the people that watch their streams. So that technically does constitute as a handout, but if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, because that will change my whole outlook on my perception of this song. But as it stands right now, I'm only giving it a soft 3. Overall, I like this album. Not knowing him much coming into it kept my mind open, so I was able to look at things objectively when listening to his music. I do want to say that I'm impressed with his versatility. He has more than one flow. He can rap in any direction that you want. Plus, he has the ability to talk about more than one concept. In most cases, he outperformed who he had featuring on the song. I mean, there are a few exceptions, but for the most part, he outperformed. I don't get why I felt like there was multiple subliminal shots taken at DDG throughout this album. I could be wrong and I could be making assumptions, but that's just what I took from it. Hearing this album and seeing what he has to offer from a musical standpoint makes me want to listen to more of his work. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know which album you want me to review next in the comments, and subscribe for more album reviews. Until next time, friends, peace.